Hi everyone, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning for the week of the 18th to the 24th of December, so Christmas Eve week, and I'm using the Punk Rock Christmas collection. This was not originally in my lineup, but I have had such a nightmare with Christmas kits this year. Like, I've used way too many. I started too early, so I put this one in last minute and I actually love how it looks. Didn't initially think it would be for me, but I really like it. I'm using extenders this week as well. I released them in the shop last week and I've never used them before. Kat has asked me for them for the last few months and I finally got around to making them, so these are new to me and they're available in the shop now. I've also got some hollow foil. I haven't got the whole foil bundle, I've just got sort of bits of one. I've got I think like 4 sheets of underlays just because with the extenders I didn't really know how many I would need and I've not done it before, so just thought I would come prepared and brought a bunch of them. And then I've also got some washi overlays from the confetti bundle, and I think I've also just got some date covers, like date dots as well. And that is all of the foil. So the main foil items are the underlays and the icons that I will use throughout the spread. I'm also colour blocking, and I actually got one of the colours wrong during the spread. So the third colour is currently black. I ended up switching it to blue. I think I just looked at the date covers and ended up getting confused and did blue for that day because the date cover is blue. My extender placement was, I could use some practice, so I tried to do it in a reusable album and I spoke to Kat afterwards and she recommended that I do it straight into the planner, so I think I will try that next time. But I actually really like how it looked and it was so useful to have more space, but I need to get used to having more space because I'm used to using a bunch of little things and kind of cramming things in, and I ended up having so much room, my gaps between the stickers are really big for what I normally do. So I've got to get used to using bigger stickers, probably making my scripts a bit bigger. So this week I have used the new font 3 for my custom scripts. I do have custom scripts available in the shop and there are now 6 new fonts that were released last week, and then there's the classic cursive and the classic capital letter font that I have in my shop for all of my scripts. So yeah, using font 3, which you'll see very shortly, but I just wanted something, I said to Tom, I showed him and I was like, do you think this is a punk rock font? And he was like, no. But I just wanted something a little bit different. I feel like it does fit the artwork and the style and stuff. It's kind of cute and capital letter, but I love the O, the little swoopy bit on the O, super cute. Anyway, let's go into the plans. So I put in my sidebar, this is my little highlight area where I do either a summary of the week or something that I an achievement, I don't know. So I put that I figured out the vinyl stickers for the first time. So these are the die cut vinyl stickers that are laminated, and I know people use Graphtex to make them, so I was like, I should be able to do this, but I never really put the time into learning. And it was not actually that bad. I managed to get settings figured out in about half an hour, and I'd got some die cuts made the same day. Really proud of myself. So, but it's annoying because I've been putting that off since I got the Graphtex, which has almost been a year, and it ended up being not too bad. Sorry if you can hear Enzo, he's not playing actually. I've got them a new water bottle thing. I'll go into this because it is relevant to the spread, but they've now got a a water bottle. Normally they have a bowl, but he's getting used to it and having to it makes the noise basically when he uses it. So that's, if you can hear noises, that's that. Anyway, I need to catch up. So moving on to Monday, the first thing I worked on was finishing the vlog for that week, and then I had to do some returns. I think probably Amazon returns, Christmassy stuff, because obviously Christmas is coming up in this spread, so I've got loads of parcels constantly. Then I wrapped some presents. I used a really cute little emoji to mark that. And this day was a big day because I had a foil delivery, and the drama I've had with foil since we did the advent. This was my big order of foil for the release unboxing day, and then also the replacements for the sheets that came in the advent order that were wrong. So I was really anxious about whether it was going to be correct or not, because if we had to complain again and go back and forth, it would just be it would be so frustrating. But luckily everything was fine, so I marked that it was all good. Then me and Tom did package the foil because we'd saved the mystery orders until today so that when the foil came we could put them in the envelopes for people that needed replacements, just to try and save on postage a little bit for me, because I had to send like basically an extra package to everyone that had the advent, which like is totally like fine because it was my error, but if I can minimize postage costs, that would be good. So we did that, and then we did a little post run, and then we did a school run for our nephew to pick him up from school, and then I marked that we played together for a little bit. So Tom's grandma had bought him like modelling clay, so we made some things together. That was really fun. Then we had lasagna for dinner. So a few weeks ago from this date, but like probably like 2 months ago now, maybe like a month ago, I made like a bunch of lasagnas. I batch made about 6 and they're really good. I'm actually really impressed. So that's going to become like a regular dish in our rotation, which is nice. Then I watched some more Grey's Anatomy. I'm on season 10 now, I think. I'm losing steam with it a little bit now. I feel like there's a lot going on, and I will look away for a second and then I'll turn back and there's like an absolute catastrophe. So I'm finding it a little bit harder to follow, but I think it's probably like not paying enough attention. So I don't know, I'm still going to keep going with it, but yeah, it's not as easy watching as like the first kind of 6 seasons were. Then I marked that I cut some script restocks. I designed some stickers this day. I think this was the Squeaky Clean collection that Kidnish Girl Jess released. Really love the artwork. Then we watched Dark on Netflix. We haven't actually watched any more since I last spoke to you about it, so I still need to find like a recap just so that I can get my bearings a bit with it, but really enjoying it still. We've actually been playing a lot of games instead, so we've not really been watching too much TV, but you'll see that in like the future plan with me's. Then on Tuesday we are switching to purple, and I just marked that I loaded up and put the dishwasher on in the morning. And then I washed our bedding this day. I think I hate washing the bedding because I always like do it early in the morning with good intentions, and then we get to like midnight and I'll go to bed and I'll be like, oh, I didn't make the bed. So later in the day I have to mark making the bed. But I designed a bunch of doodles this day. So I've got a little design computer for designing the doodles, and then I've also got a print and cut sticker for cutting the doodles. Then I made some chicken and rice for dinner. So I have this recipe that we got it when we were still doing, I think it was HelloFresh. But it's so simple. It's literally just like cook some chicken, add like, I think it's Cajun spice. I don't put as much as they say because it gets really spicy. Peppers, and then cook rice separately and combine it all at the end. So it's like such a simple dinner. It's kind of a meal that I wish I'd known about when I was a student, because in my first year at uni we didn't have an oven, we only had a hob, and like it would be such a good meal to make and like batch make, but oh well, shoulda woulda coulda, I guess. Then I'm just counting like where I need to put my boxes. So this is one thing I struggled with the extenders, is knowing like the spacing. And I'm not sure, like, I think because I don't use headers, I was speaking to Kat about this and like why it was so difficult for me. And I think it's because I don't have the headers like evenly down the page to kind of give me like midway points, because I know people will say like, oh, you can fit 3 or 4 boxes depending on the size in a full box size area, but I don't really have like clear beginnings and endings because I don't use the headers. So I did sort of get my bearings a bit better on like the weekend, but on Monday, like so confused with the spacing. So then I marked that I did a stock check, and I've got some new emojis from the Coffee Monsters Co. So I used the little like work study emoji for that. And I made a few changes to the website, I think just like layout things on the homepage. So I marked that with an emoji as well. And then we have make bed, obviously when I realised that I had not done it. And then I just marked that we watched more Dark, and I'm loving using the icons from the like underlay sheet. So when I designed the foil initially, basically like the size of my sheets allow for more than like 2 full boxes, but I didn't know what to put there. And then it was a case of trying to think what would make sense to double up on, because the foil packs are made up of like 2 underlay sheets, so whatever else I put on that underlay page you'd get 2 of. and then the icons just like fit so perfectly. So I really like using those. And obviously I've got like 4 underlay sheets this spread, which is unusual, but I think I only used 3 of them. So I've got a bunch more icons as well. Someone did ask me to release like a set of icons separately, but I don't know if you really need them because of how many like you get on the underlay sheet, but I would be open to hearing your thoughts on that. Then on to Wednesday. So this is the day where I'm using blue, but the colour is black. So I do realise and change it, but how frustrating. So the first thing I marked was that I messaged my godmother because I wasn't going to see her before Christmas, and I'd posted her gifts, but she was going to give hers to my mum, but I wouldn't see them until Boxing Day, so she was just letting me know. Then I did some Etsy work. I don't know if you've noticed, it doesn't seem to have been rolled out like across the board, but on Etsy, when I look on my phone, I no longer see like titles or like the shop names of anything. It literally just looks like an Instagram feed of like a square grid of photos, and that's how it displays products. So I was thinking about putting like text in my photos to explain what the items are, but I did a couple and then didn't really do any more because I was going to wait and see if those items got ordered more, but I don't really have any evidence, so I don't know if I'll do that. Then I did some designing this day, and I had a hair appointment, so Tom took me to that because I didn't really know where to park, and it was sort of near to his parents' house, so I was going to park at theirs, but then I think he needed the car, and basically he took me. And then we went to Tesco because when we used to live there was a Tesco that we would always go to, so we kind of have a bit of like nostalgia for this Tesco, and it's so exciting to go in a supermarket that you don't really know that well, because well it's like changed a lot since you used to go into it, because like so many new things to look at. But I just marked that we went to Tesco Express. It's only a little one, but it's still fun to look around. Then so yeah, this is me changing the header. Then I bought an ornament to give to Tom's dad when we were in Asda. So he likes crosswords and like puzzles and stuff like that, like in the newspaper. When we were in Asda late at night one night, we saw they had it looked a little bit like a crossword ornament, but it wasn't quite a crossword. But then the funniest part was that it said Sudoku on it. So I was like, that is hilarious. I need to buy this for your dad. And Tom was like, it's just junk. And I was like, no, like he's gonna love it. So we gave it to them, and it was really funny, but they were just like, why did you buy us this? Then we got a Greggs Too Good To Go bag because they've opened a new Greggs near us, which is extremely exciting for Tom. I don't mind Greggs, but like Tom loves Greggs. So we got a Too Good To Go bag, and it wasn't as good as previous bags we've had. We got a lot of cakes, and because we'd bought it like hoping for stuff for dinner, it was a bit sad, and we didn't get any sausage rolls at all. So a little bit disappointing, but I marked that. And then we just got some petrol on the way home as well. So on to Thursday, it was Ari's gotcha day. So 5 years ago, we drove to Wales and we picked up our little puppy. He's so cute. He's such a cute little boy. I'll try and put a picture on screen of what he would look like as a baby, because he was so cute, and he had these like huge paws, and he was just so cute. I get that like cuteness aggression thing when you just like think of something so cute, and I can't even. But yeah, it was his gotcha day, so I marked that. And then it was so windy, like we were kept up by the wind. It was just absolute chaos. And of course it was bin day, so our bins were out, and it was a double bin collection because of Christmas. So we'd put the bins out in the night before, and then we heard them like banging around. So Tom got up and picked them up, and I don't think anything had spilled, but we've had it before where like the recycling bin will just like spill, and you have to go and grab all your recycling from down the road. And obviously everyone else does as well, like it isn't just our bin, but still. So he'd been up twice in the night, like reclaiming the bins. And then the last time, I think he woke up around like 6, and he was like, I'm just going to stay up. I'm going to sit in the living room and like watch. And when so he'd taken the bins in so they wouldn't blow over again. And then when the bin men came, he would like go out with the bin so he could just make sure that it wasn't going to blow over, right? Well, he got up to make a cup of tea, and the bin lorry, which is normally like the loudest lorry in the world, was super silent this day, and he managed to miss it. So annoying. We only got one bin emptied in the end because we missed the recycling one. So we've had so much recycling just like in the garage over Christmas. Then I marked that I had the dentist and everything was okay, thankfully. I was so like anxious about this appointment. I hate dentist checkups, and I hadn't like got any pain or anything, but I just, it just stresses me out, and it's never like, I don't know, I never feel confident going into them. But it was all good, so I marked that with a big happy Fox and Cactus sticker, and I did try and put this like excess piece of like sticker paper under it so that I could try and like not have it stick down before I put the pink sticker down, and it kind of worked. Then I met Sarah and her family in Costa, and we had a little chin wag, which was nice. And this was the day that I did do the vinyl sticker like attempt, and it all worked, and I was really pleased about it. And then in the evening I just made cut files for my other vinyl sticker designs, and I ended up like redoing them and making them in a different way. I thought I was going to do it all in Illustrator, and I ended up finding it easier to do it in Photoshop and then use Silhouette to trace them, because Silhouette has a trace feature called Image Trace, and I just don't really get on with it. Like, Becca showed me how to use it, Joanne showed me how to use it, and I just find it really like long compared to doing it in Silhouette, because it's like the method I know. So I do find it really funny that I'm still using Silhouette for loads of things. Then on to Friday, we had a huge new release day this day. So I'd got kits like Standard Vertical Mini and journaling. I think we'd got doodles, we'd got the blank albums and die cuts, possibly other things, I don't know. But the logic behind doing the die cuts and the blank albums together was that you could buy them and like sticker bomb your album, which is what I want to do with mine. I still haven't done it, but yeah, I thought it would be really cute to like decorate an album yourself. Then I marked that I did the photos and the listings in the morning, and I can't remember if I pushed new releases back this day or not. I think I was slightly late, but so many photos, it was hideous. And this is why my like thing this year was to try and get new releases done a day early, because I just can't cope. Then we went to Sainsbury's, and my Sterling ink notepad arrived today. So I bought two A6 ones, and I'm planning to use one for journaling, and I don't know what I'm going to use the other one for yet, but they were really nice. I got the Oops ones, and I can't really spot anything wrong with them. I'm really happy with them. Then I marked that I tried my date stamp out. So from Amazon I ordered, you know, like one of those like self-inking like kind of typewriter font-esque stamps. I got one of those because I want to use that in my Sterling ink journal. And then I also marked that we watched more Dark this day. So moving on to the weekend, these are the two super busy days with extenders, and obviously we're like almost at Christmas, so everything is ramping up. The first thing I marked was that I washed my hair, and then I printed and cut some stickers. Still having issues with spacing, but I think as long as I keep things away from like the bend in the extender, that's where I was having issues, because sometimes like the sticker was sort of peeling up as it bent down and up again. So that's like a tip I will take away from doing this for the first time. And also leaving a little bit of a gap at the top. I never used to like leaving gaps, but if I use the underlays, I think it's quite pretty. So I will probably start doing that as well. Then I marked that I worked on the Boxing Day sale freebies. I did some multicolour doodles. I think there were 12 options, and every £10 spent got you an extra freebie, so you could collect more. Then I marked that I did some laundry, and then this was the day that I had to call the vets. So I was sort of cleaning the rabbits out, having a look at them, as you do, and Tallulah had kind of like a bit of matted fur like under her chin, like on her neck, and I got her out and was like having a look, and I got Tom to come and have a look, and we were like, don't really know what to do because she's never had this before, and she's only just been to the vets. Like, she had her vaccinations and checkup about 3 weeks before this, I think, so it must be recent that it's happened. So we rang the vets and explained, and they were like, well, is she eating and drinking and acting normal? And we were like, yeah, like she really seemed fine. So they didn't really want to see her because it would have been an emergency appointment at this point, and they were like, we don't think you need to come in. If she stops eating, obviously things change, but yeah, she's fine. So they recommended that we just get some scissors and like cut it out. So we did that, and she had like, I think it's from when she drinks, she dribbles, and then I don't know if it's because she's getting a little bit older, she's not as like, she's not able to clean it as easily, and Enzo, who's supposed to be her like bonded mate, doesn't actually like do much grooming for her. So I think it was when water was just getting like was left on the fur basically, so I had to just make a point of like trimming the fur away so it couldn't get wet, and like just drying her off if I noticed it. So luckily it was fine. I think like we overreacted. Well, I don't think we overreacted, but it wasn't really like, she didn't have to go to the vets at least. Then I met Joanne because she was travelling down south to see family for Christmas, and we had a few things that we needed to give each other, and we thought, let's just, like, I'm on the way, so pull over at the services, I'll come and meet you and we can just swap instead of having to like post like bulky things. Then we got Starbucks because we obviously were at the services. So when in Rome, so I got a white chocolate mocha, which I haven't really been having Starbucks very much, so it's a nice little treat. Then I worked on the foil listings, so these were going live on Boxing Day with the sale, and I'd left it to the last minute. I really wanted to do it early and didn't, so classic me. And I really struggled with the photos. I'm getting there a bit more now, like Kintnish Girl Jess helped me with some camera settings and like for filming and for photos. So I feel like you can actually see the foil in photos now, but Hollow's still a little bit of a funny one. So this is Hollow, and it doesn't quite look how it looks in real life, but it's definitely better than the settings I had. So I actually want to go and retake all my photos because I don't really like them now. Then we played Minecraft with Julia and Sean, I think. I assume we did. I normally would write that, but I didn't. So we played Minecraft, and then we watched some YouTube afterwards, and then I marked that we stayed up too late, which is going to become a running theme in next week's Plan With Me, because between Christmas and New Year, like, I have no routine, no schedule, and everything just fell off the wagon, or whatever the saying is. But yeah, we'll get into that next week. So I marked that with a Tired AF sticker. Then on to Christmas Eve, I marked that it was Christmas Eve with an icon, like a deco icon from the kit. And then I marked that I'd got up early because, why did I get up early? I don't know. I just got up early. Maybe I had stuff to do. I don't know. Then I edited the vlog. So I don't know why. I think this was the next week's vlog because I started Monday with editing a vlog. So I guess this was the week after's vlog. I don't know. I'm behind on videos, to be honest. Then I marked that I checked on Tallulah again and just been trying to like trim away any fur that I think could potentially get a bit wet. So the poor little thing, she looks so like disheveled. It's growing back now and she looks fine, but like it was so funny when I first did it, and I've got some better scissors now. Like the first day I had to use just like normal scissors and it was so hard to trim her fur, but we've got like proper like fur scissors now and it's so much better. Then I just marked that I cleaned the bunnies out. I don't think I finished cleaning them out the previous day when I like found the issue with her, so I did that. And then I rang my dad. I think just sort of, we weren't seeing them on Christmas Day, we were seeing my family on Boxing Day, so I rang my dad and just wished him a Merry Christmas and had a bit of a chat. Then I scheduled the sale email for Boxing Day. I was so last minute with everything, like I really wish I wasn't. So I worked on that. I had actually started to schedule it, like I made some graphics and stuff earlier in the month, and then that was as far as I got. I did some last minute wrapping, so this was like mostly stuff for Tom's family because we were seeing them on Christmas Day. So I had to wrap like presents for the kids, and we didn't really do like presents for the adults, but I did get them a board game. We got Poetry for Neanderthals because I played it at Sarah's and it was so fun, and I was like, this is going to be a good family games night activity. So we brought that over and we did actually hang out with them for a little bit. We played some games. I can't remember what we played, but Tom's mum had this game. It's like a word quiz game, so we played that. And I had a bit of an awkward gap, so I've just put the thin glitter strip from the box ad on there. Then I marked that we made cottage pie. So when we went to my in-laws' house, they were offering us food. They were like, do you want this? And Tom was like, yeah, I'll have a sandwich. And I'm like, we have dinner at home that we haven't cooked, but we've defrosted it, so we are cooking it. So when we got back at like 10, we then had to make a cottage pie. And then I marked that I had my Christmas pyjamas on, which I'm wearing in this video because I thought you would like to see them. And then we watched more Dark in the evening. So this is what I've got left of the kit. I used a lot more boxes than normal because of having the extenders. I always forget about those flags on the ombre box page, but this is my completed spread with my extenders and my foil, and I love it so much. And like I said, this was font 3 if you're interested in custom scripts, but I'll link those down below. I think this kit is still available if you do want to pick it up. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the plan with me. Bye!